Bad Mikey, man. And today I'm going to be reacting to, you know, famous Richard running down a little kid in New York City, and Diddy's bail being denied. Um, came pop. I pulled up a little early, hit that notification bell so y'all know. You know what I mean? Like, share, and subscribe. It's going to be a great live. Shout out to Call Outs TV. Earlier today, I seen a live, or excuse me, I seen a video from Call Outs TV on New York Richie, on famous Richie running down on a little kid in New York. Great video. I love the video. So shout out to Call Outs TV. I'm not gonna play the video of famous Richie running down on this kid, but if you want to go see the video, go to Call Outs TV and check it out. It's a great video. So from what I seen and observed from Call Outs TV's video, is little Richard getting into an altercation with a kid. I don't know his age. Call Outs TV said the kid is young. The kid looked young. And little Richard was you know, having, putting hands on him, and getting with him. The kid was asking for help. Somebody came over there, got between them. I'm glad that person stepped in. Um, but it was really like deplorable to me. Anytime that you doing stuff to the weak, you picking on the weak, is never official. It's never gangster. Um, and really, like, for famous Richard to come to New York and be from Chicago and to do that, I don't even understand how dudes is allowing stuff like that, to go down in our community. I don't even understand how dudes are standing for that. Um, I'm just being honest, man. Take that. He should take that back to Chicago. If they accept that in their communities, if they accept, guys putting their hands on little kids or whatever's going on, adolescents, and it's just nothing, let them go back to Chicago with that. But in New York, we don't accept that. You know what I mean? We don't accept that from people from New York, and we don't accept that, for people from that's not from our communities. Um, myself, I think, Son is really a goofy for that. It really showed who he really was with that video. Um, Especially when the kid was like begging for help and it was like it was really over. I don't know what the kid did to him before that. I'm hearing he was just a friend of somebody else. He knew he might have been a part of some type of organization or whatever, a street organization, maybe, I don't know. Um, but I'm hearing that's the gist of the problem. But the kid ain't want it. You know what I'm saying? Once you see the kid ain't want it, and he was apologizing, then you should just leave the kid alone. He's obviously not with it. He's not like that. Um, so you leave a person alone like that. You know what I'm saying? So I really ain't feeling son, with what he did. I'm not feeling that at all. I'm just being honest. Um, and really, I don't even know how dudes is allowing dudes to come to New York and do that type of stuff now. When I was in New York, we never allowed dudes to come to New York and do that. I'm just being honest, man. And I lived all over, a lot of different committees, or a lot of different communities, a lot of different places in New York, all over New York. I lived in different states. Um, a lot of that life, I was in the streets. I lived in D.C. in the 90s, the early 90s, the late 80s, going into the 90s. I lived in D.C. I lived in the Bronx. Um, and I'm saying that to say I never violated other people's communities when I went in. I was always good. I live in Syracuse, New York now. I lived in Albany. I'm from Queens. I was always good because I always knew how to move on the land. Salute to everybody that's pulling up. New York, Nikki, salute, police, peace. Thank you. Um, but I always knew how to move on the land. I never violated. I never violated the community. I never violated, the territories. You see what I'm saying? Um, and that's why I was always good. You know what I mean? I never came near and violated. Um, and that kid is obviously violating. He's obviously violating. Um, so I respect the land. I respected that. You know what I mean? So that was like, it was bad for me to see that. You know what I'm saying? And it's bad for me to see that, people are accepting that type of these type of activities in New York. Real talk. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't, I watch, and I was subscribed to homie. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm still subscribed to him. I probably unsubscribe with what he did to that kid. I'm not asking anybody to subscribe. That's not how I do. Um, and I'm really not trying to pass judgment because I don't know the real full story. He can have a whole nother story about what happened. But if that kid was underage and the story that I'm getting, if that's correct, then he violated. Then he totally violated it. You see what I'm saying? Especially if that kid is underage and if that kid is a minor. If that kid is Call Out TV said the kid was 13 or 14. If that's true, and he's a grown man putting hands like that on the kid, I seen, he might have been leaking. Like, you violate. You violate. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who's going for that, but none of these communities, dudes is not jacking that. Dudes is not going for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's that from the door. That's that from the beginning. But the other trolling stuff, all the other goofy stuff he be doing, some of it be funny. Some of that, him going out there trolling the cops, trolling the other communities he controlled. And I don't care about the trolling. People is doing that. He acting stupid out there. That's what these dudes do nowadays to get their little clicks and views, to go viral, to make their little videos, to make their little money. I don't got no problem with that as long as you're not hurting nobody. You see what I'm saying? I don't got nobody's getting hurt. It's honest, it's honest fun, it's comedy. All right, that's all good. Nobody getting hurt. Once you beating up little kids and all that stuff, and let me tell you something. He treated that, he's a sucker. And I'm just thinking about it now, he's really a sucker because when he went to that place, they was trying to get with son and put hands on son, and son was running. He was running from them people in that other community. He was running from them people. They was trying to put hands on him in the streets out there when he was messing with them Jewish people in their community. They was trying to put hands on him when he was trolling him, and he was running, and he ain't want no static with them. You see what I'm saying? But you want static with this little kid that don't want no static with you. You know what I'm saying? He a sucker for that. He a sucker for that. You see what I'm saying? Because when he came over there to their community, he was playing games and trying to violate and be funny and do all that dumb stuff that he does. They was trying to pop on son. They was really trying to get with him, chasing him through the streets. He was running back, backing up. Yo, you try to spit on me. They try to violate. They try to get with him. He ain't do nothing. He ain't do nothing to them Jewish people that was trying to get at him over there. You see what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. But you got all the smoke for this young black kid that don't want no problems. He a sucker for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not jacking. I'm definitely not jacking, son. You know what I mean? But this is what you get on the internet now. A lot of goofy, a lot of trolling, and you see a lot of stuff. You see who these people really are. You know what I'm saying? Why he ain't fight them? If you just fight it, this tough dude, gangster or whatever you supposed to be from Chicago, why you ain't get with them when they was trying to get at you? They was swinging on you. They was chasing them around. Why he ain't do nothing to them? But he's trying to beat this little kid up to the point where this young man, no matter, he's a young man. He's a kid. He's young. If he was 18, whatever he was, or if he was a minor. Come on, man. Let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta. And I'm speaking about this because we gotta speak to this. You know what I'm saying? We gotta speak to people doing stuff to our community, to people that to our people. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying anybody. It could have been a white kid. It could have been any kid. You see what I'm saying? I would come up here and probably I'm gonna have the same energy. Any kid. You know what I'm saying? The kid just happened to be black. You know what I mean? But any kid that you go and violate, now I'm gonna have the same energy for that. I don't want to see nothing happen to no kids out here. I don't want to see nothing happen to no adults. I'm not promoting no violence up here. But he's a sucker for that. Them Jews was trying to really get at him. Them Jewish people was really trying to get at him. You know what I'm saying? He's really a sucker for that. You know what I'm saying? And really, he's supposed to get booted out of New York. For that, he supposed to get booted out. All right, you came here, you was trolling the cops, you was trolling, and now you beating up. Nah, you bugging, you tripping. You tripping. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta, everybody speaks out about their communities. Everybody's stepping up for their communities. So we gotta step up for ours. You know what I'm saying? We can't be the ones that's not stepping up and not saying nothing. You know what I mean? And not doing nothing. A person stepped between them and stopped the fight. I'm happy that that person stepped in and and stopped that fight. Like I said, I'm not promoting no violence. I don't want to see any violence. So I'm glad that person stopped it. But come on, bro, we gotta speak up. We gotta speak to situations like this, man. You know what I mean? We can't just be allowing all this stuff to go down in our communities and nobody else is allowing it to go down in theirs. You know what I mean? Nobody else is allowing it to go down in their communities. And that's straight up. You know what I mean? So, whoever gave Richie that New York pass, it needs to be revoked ASAP. It needs to be revoked ASAP. I don't care who we know, what rappers, who he's friends with. I don't care about none of that. His New York pass needs to be revoked. Send him back to Chicago. Them dudes from Chicago are saying that he's a goofy. They saying he's not even from Chicago. They saying he's from outside. He's from outside the city or somewhere, or like a little goofy. Nobody knows his OGs. Nobody knows nobody knows this kid. You know what I'm saying? But he needs to go over there. He needs to go to Chicago and do that. You know what I'm saying? Take that over there. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him putting hands on them kids over there or getting with them dudes in Chicago. You know what I mean? Coming to New York and doing that? Come on, man. Come on, man. Yo, salute to everybody pulling up, man. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in, man. Hood TMZ, what up? Oppie, what's good? Who up in here? Wise Eyes TV, what's up? Nah, he ran down. Call Out TV got a video up there with him running down on a little kid and putting hands on him. Bucks, salute. Us never them, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the bro Bucks. You know what I mean? Us never them. But yeah, he ran down on a little kid. Call Out TV got it up there. You know what I mean? He posted it up early. I didn't see it nowhere else on the internet, so Call Out TV is the one that broke the story. So that's why I'm bigging up Call Out TV. You know what I'm saying? That's where I got the information from. And if y'all want to go check it, I would say go check the video out, and and we go from there. Yeah, he don't need to be around nowhere. Whoever gave him that New York pass need to revoke that. That needs to be revoked. You can't be doing that because you ain't fight. When they was running down on you, when them Jewish people was running down on you, you ran. You was backing up. You ain't want no static. You ain't want no smoke, and you ain't fight. But now you fighting. You beating up this little kid. Nah, we ain't jacking that. We not going for that. We are not gonna go for that. We are totally against that. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta be on our stance. Everybody else is on their stance. We gotta protect our communities. We gotta protect our kids. We gotta be on our stance. Straight up. You know what I mean? And that's how we are in these communities. Where I'm at, Syracuse, this is how it is. Nobody's letting you come into the community and violate. You know what I'm saying? We ain't been having it, and we ain't gonna have it now. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Next topic, Diddy. But yeah, I'm off that goofy, you know what I'm saying? Diddy denied bail. I told y'all yesterday that Diddy would be denied bail, and he was denied. We found out later that he was denied. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all that Diddy would be denied bail, right? And it's a good chance, it's a very, very good chance that Diddy will never see the streets again. That he would never see the streets again. They got people coming out saying that Diddy needs to be aware of his surroundings. The warden of MDC, the warden of MTZ, he actually, MDC, an older warden, retired warden, said he has to worry about it. Do I feel that Diddy needs to worry about his safety? Of course he does. For one, he got money. When you go to prison with money, dudes is running down. The real goons, they gonna come. They're gonna try to come and get some of that money. They're gonna come for Diddy. They're gonna run down on Diddy. He's gonna have to worry about dudes trying to extort him. No, that extortion game is real. Them dudes in the federal penitentiary, he's gonna be in some form of protective custody, I believe. But if they put him anywhere near general population, he's gonna have a problem. He might even have a problem in protective custody if he's in around other individuals. I don't know if they're gonna put him in ADX and he's not gonna have contact with anybody ever again if he's found guilty for this. But that's the only chance he will have to probably be safe and not to be ran down on. I'm sure some New York dudes are going to try to step up, but some New York dudes might try to friendly extort him too. Yo, yeah, you can be with us, but you got this case. You got to remember, if he's found guilty of these charges, he's going to have a sex case. He is going to be fooled in prison. They're going to be on him. Nobody likes a sex offender in prison. The COs don't like sex offenders. The prisoners, the cons don't like sex offenders. Nobody likes a sex offender. I have seen, I'm gonna tell, so for my 25 years, my 27 years, I did 25 straight. I did 2 before that. In my 27 years of doing prison, of being in prison, I have seen over 100 times where the police allowed, COs allowed prisoners to do stuff to sex offenders. So, I don't think it's no different from the federal. I've never been to the federal penitentiary, but I don't think the federal penitentiary is any different. Them COs, they don't like sex offenders. Nobody likes a sex offender. So he's gonna go in there with a problem, especially with that video exposed of him beating up Cassie. Guys don't like that stuff in prison. You got a lot of guys that's like, heavy stances and are against, guys that have these sexual cases and guys that have these cases against women and children. Any type of things, any cases like that, if you're not on the low and dudes got you have a problem in prison. So Diddy has a lot. He has a heavy load. If he's found guilty of these charges, he needs to really be worried. You know what I mean? And that's some of the things that we are hearing coming out in the news now. Straight up, you know what I mean? But salute to everybody pulling up in the building. Make sure I hit the like button on the way in. Casino, what up? Tweety 718, what up, Miss Tweety? Salute. Nah, that was 10 mooks down that was doing that. That was not me. I was never taking no pictures and selling them to no men, nobody else while I was in prison. A good try. But good try. Nicole, salute. But yeah, that was only man's. Let them know that was only man. That wasn't me. That was only man's. I ain't never do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never even thought about doing nothing like that. That was like even a hustle. That was not even a hustle. I'm like, let me show these thighs. Like that was not something. You know what I mean? Yo, these I know I can get paid for these arms. I never. These glutes is excellent. Never came to my mind to do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely suspect. It's not nothing that I ever thought about doing. But yeah, Diddy's in trouble. He's in a world of trouble. But I knew he was going to be denied bail. He's a flight risk. He already tried to bribe people. They think that he's going to try to use his power and influence to maybe get people not. You got to understand this too. Don't think that the feds are not thinking that Diddy or the Tupac situation, the Biggie situation, his name is swirling in that too. His name is swirling in that too, right? So the feds, they got that. Law enforcement, let me tell you something, even though they don't say anything about it, when your name and you're like the number one suspect for getting people knocked down, they are still viewing you as the person. They're like, yeah, we know this dude did it. We just don't got the information. So they're going to treat you somewhat as the person that did that. They're going to still treat you somewhat like you actually committed that crime. You see what I'm saying? You're going to get flack. And it's probably in your paperwork, in your sheets, that you're a suspect in this unsolved, man down or whatever. You're a suspect. This is how they work. This is how law enforcement works in America. It might be in your paperwork somewhere that you're a suspect, and people are talking about you did this, that, and the third. Salute to everybody pulling up. You already know what it is, man. But listen, all that is coming into, all of that is coming is going to come into that case and probably be something that Diddy was going to have to face in the future. We don't know if they got more information on those cases, and like a lot of times when you see these guys get locked up, look at look at look at what's the drill rapper from the Bronx? What's the young kid's name? I forgot. Yeah, I like his music too. What's his name? He got locked up. He's still facing. He's fighting the case. He's fighting the federal case and the case in the Bronx. Um, I'm tripping. K Flock. Thank you, Chico. What up? K Flock. So when you get locked up, sometimes they collect information on you for other cases, and then they'll recharge you. Look how many times we see other guys get other federal cases and other cases once they get locked up, right? We see that happen all the time with these guys going for one thing, and then while they there, they get a conspiracy. You're a part of this. We got that. You got a state case. Now you're in the feds. So we don't know if they got information on Diddy, and while he's in prison for that they call him over there to Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? For the Tupac situation. We don't know if that's in the mix. That all that stuff could really be coming. You see what I'm saying? So we have to really yo, this dude Gene Deal is in jail for that. He's saying Tupac. He's saying that Diddy paid him to do that. If he has any kind of paper trail, if he has anything, and I know he's telling everything. If there's any kind of paper trail between him and Diddy, as far as money being transferred, then Diddy's in a lot of trouble. You see what I'm saying? And this is just, this is not me being an investigator. I'm not a YouTube investigator like a lot of the guys I see they do up here. And I'm not worried about what they're doing up here. That's on them. But I'm just telling you the facts of what we hearing out here on the internet, right? That's the facts. Also understand, he might be going over there to Vegas. You know what I mean? We don't know. Everybody's saying that, Diddy turned himself in and, he obeyed the law and he did all that. You heard? Yo, salute to everybody coming to the building. Black Afghanistan, what up? The Big 1090, what up? Salute. But what you got to understand too as well is that everybody's saying that Diddy turned himself in. He knew that was coming. How did he know that was coming? Why did he come to New York? Diddy probably, they said Tuesday he was supposed to turn himself in, and they came and got him on Monday night. They came and got him early on Monday night, right? They probably had a team of federal agents following him and watching him for the last few months or weeks. He probably had a car outside his house, and he looked at his window and he seen a car. He probably been knew they was on him and watching him to see if he was gonna try to, he might have tried to pull a gingerbread man. Look what Russell Simmons did. Russell Simmons jetted. Out of all these people, Russell was the only one that, circumvented the law and is somewhere out the way right now in a rabbit hole. The feds probably thought, he got too much money. He's all the way guilty. He might try to bounce. They probably was on him, and he seen they was on him and not letting them move around and not letting them do nothing. And that's why he probably, came in and did all that stuff, because they was on him. You see what I'm saying? I personally think they was following him around. If they came and got him Monday night, he was supposed to turn it on Tuesday, he might have tried to do a tricky move, and they ran down because they're like, yo, they might have heard something on the wire. You got phone taps. You got a lot of stuff going on that we are not privy to. They probably heard yeah, son is trying to pull it off. He trying to slide. You know what I mean? Let's go get him tonight instead of tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? And put him on his perk rope. You heard? Yeah, yeah, right, Abby. When they show you your hand, you're done. When they kick your door in, when they start doing all that stuff, you done already. That means they got enough information from a judge to come and kick your door in. That means they done interview witnesses. They bring this stuff to a judge, got a search warrant saying, yo, this person did this, that, and the third. If they got enough evidence to kick your door in, more than likely you're done. More than likely you're done. That means they gathered information, bring it to a judge, and you know, he got this search warrant for your house. In order for you, they gotta have probable cause to search your house. They can't just come in your house because they want to get information. They gotta have probable cause to go into your house. So before they went into Diddy's mansions and raided everything, they had probable cause. And with the force that they went into Diddy's house, all them tanks, ATVs, they already knew he had the guns. Somebody told that he had them guns. Remember, he got caught. I didn't even know he got caught with all them guns like that, right? I didn't even know he had all them guns, but they did. And that's why they came with the force that we seen, because they already knew he had AKs and AR-15s and all these weapons. They knew that already, right? They knew that already. So, I mean, I thought it was heavy-handed law with them going to search Diddy property with tanks and all that stuff. I'm like, yo, why they going over there? They wilding. They making a show of this. But now I understand, they know you armed like the army. You armed. He was armed. He was heavily armed in there, right? He was ready to go. Yo, Southside Tony, you right. And that's how they took him down. They took Diddy down like a gangster. Southside Tony, you exactly right. You heard? You exactly right. You know what I mean? And Diddy's gonna give up everything. Diddy is giving up everything. He is not going to Otisville with them charges. He's not gonna be nowhere near Otisville. That's right. Oh, Russell Simmons ain't coming back to the state. But I see a lot of people pulling up a valid question too in the what's his name, Epstein case. All them people got away. Remember, it was a lot of other names. They were saying a lot of other people that was on Epstein Island, but they probably killed Epstein before he got to talk and tell on everybody else, right? They knocked him off. They got him knocked off before he got to tell on everybody else. They said a lot of different names in the Epstein case. Um, they said a lot of different people, a lot of different big names. Big names were in the on Epstein Island. That list that was on Epstein Island is crazy, and we still ain't. What happened to them, right? I guess they go into the biggest fish first and go and knock down everybody else. This is not over. I'm telling you, this is the tip of the iceberg. We're going to see a lot more people go down shortly because Diddy is telling everything. Diddy's going to tell on everybody, and he's going to tell on higher ups. Um, and I know they know he's going to tell. So it doesn't look good for Diddy. It looks very bleak. I mean, I'm not, from my understanding of the streets and the life and living that life, them people don't play. Them people make people disappear. Them people, they don't play. Them people in the dark, the ones we not hearing about, the ones we not hearing about, they don't play. They don't, they don't play. You know what I mean? And they got all the resources, all the money, all the connections, um, and they run everything. They run everything. You know what I'm saying? But Diddy's in a lot of trouble, man. And what you got to understand about prison is this: them COs, everyone is not corrupt, but most of them are. Most of those COs are corrupt, right? The right amount of money. I've seen COs. I have seen this with my own eyes. I have witnessed this with my own eyes. COs will open a cell and walk away. Let you do whatever to whoever. I have seen it. If you had these cases, or, the person, the gangster, or whoever had the power or the connection with the COs that's around where you're at, right? Yo, rise up, Jock. I have seen it. Yo, Jock, we have seen this in Attica, in Comstock, in Auburn, in Sing Sing, in all these jails. You don't even have to pay some of them. The right type of pull will make a CO open up a gate and leave the area. Turn his turn his turn his head, lock his office door, and come back when it's, oh, I don't know what happened. I have seen it. I have seen it over 100 times. I have seen it. You know what I mean? They turn and they looking the other way. That scumbag, that piece of crap. I don't care what you do to him. Some of them will tell you don't do it on my tour. Some of them say they don't care. I have seen that with my own eyes. I have seen that. You know what I mean? So he has a Diddy's in a lot of trouble right now. That prison system, the American prison system, is like a beast, bro. The American prison system is a beast. You see what I'm saying? From the COs and the cons. And a lot of times, in a lot of places, the COs and the cons are running together. Look how many cases we've seen of, you know, COs bringing in all kind of, you know, phones and other stuff, you know, to people. Look how many times we have seen that. Dudes is bagging chicks, bagging. It's all kind of relationships going on, and it's all kind of stuff going on. So all you got to do is just get to the right one, and it's over. You know what I mean? He's in the right place. It's the right one over there, and it's over. You know what I mean? It's over. You got it right, and it's always somebody that's going to handle the business. He's going to the place where all the worst people in the world are. Some of the worst people that you can ever meet is locked in some of these cages. I'm just being honest. You heard? Yo, G Max, salute. Salute to everybody pulling up in the building, man. He's going where all the worst people are. All the worst people are. So it's easy for somebody for the right amount of money. It's easy for somebody. Yo, Boogie Back, salute, man. Appreciate y'all, man, for tapping in, man. 050 is in the building. You already know what it is, man. Salute to 050, man. But yeah, that's what it is, man. It's bleak for Diddy. I think Diddy just knows it's over. I mean, I personally, y'all heard it here first. I don't know, you might have heard it somewhere else, and I've been saying it from now, but I think Diddy's stories will be over real soon. I don't think the level of involvement that he has, in the underworld with those people, with the people, and he might talk. There's a good chance he might talk. They saying he was a CI already, and he was talking already. I think Diddy's story will be ending soon. I don't want it to. That's not something that I'm looking for. I don't wish death on him or I'm not wishing death on anybody, but I know how them people play. Epstein ain't last too long in MDC. Epstein ain't last too long. You know what I mean? Word up. Yeah, man. But you know, I was always my thinking was always, another form of justice. Just being honest. American system, the American justice system, they handle you their way. You know what I'm saying? When you do things here, this is how you're going to be handled. When you become a gangster and you're doing all this stuff and you think you're going to get away with it, then you're really not. This is how they're going to handle it. You know what I mean? They're going to come for you. They're not going to play. They're going to lock you down no matter how much money you got. It's a new world order, man. They not having it. They're not having you with a bunch of money just doing what you want in America. You know what I mean? You're going to have to keep it silent, keep your mouth closed, or not do that stuff at all. And Diddy was doing too much talking. Like I told y'all before, Diddy was doing too much talking on his exploits and what he was doing, man. I think Diddy's mind just went. I think his mind is going. I think that game, because he didn't even care no more. Like when you seen his interviews before he left, when they was coming to him with all of the crazy things that he was doing and saying, he didn't even deny that stuff. Like, it is what it is. I'm Diddy, this is what I do. So imagine how his conversations on the phone was. Imagine how his conversations with people was. If he would say that stuff in an interview, if he would say that stuff in an interview, imagine how he was conversating and communicating with people on a daily basis. Think about it. Salute, John. Imagine that. He was on Drink Champs. He was on The Breakfast Club, biggest morning show in America, biggest black morning show in America. Yo, you said this down the third, you did this down the third. What'd you say? Yo, that's just, that's how it is. They asked him about what he said about 50 Cent. Remember, 50 said Diddy wanted to take him shopping. They asked Diddy about after 50 made the video, they asked Diddy is crazy. They asked Diddy like, yo man, 50 said you try to take him shopping, like, yo, what's up? Diddy was like, yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. Yo, Diddy, Diddy ain't care. He thought he was bigger. He thought he was bigger than the program. Nobody's bigger than the program. He thought he was bigger than the program. Nah, nobody's bigger than the program. Yo, Jimmy P, what up? No, that's Johnny P. I can't see. Yeah, man, but they gon' I don't think Diddy Epstein ain't make it to trial. I don't think Diddy gonna make it to trial neither. Just being honest. Just being honest, you heard? I don't think Diddy making it to trial. If he does make it to trial, then I'm I'll be amazed if he make it to trial, man. I think Larry Hoover probably come home. They letting all the old school. They letting all them old school dudes come home, man. They and don't get me wrong, they system is breaking dudes. Everybody not coming home sturdy, stand up, the same gangs they went in. Some dudes coming home broken. Some dudes coming home broken. Some dudes coming home reformed. Some dudes is coming home, not the same person that they went in. Um, Definitely not the same values and morals and principles that they had when they went in. Um, that system is a spirit breaker, man. It's they made that system to break your spirit, to break your soul. You see what I'm saying? That's a soul snatcher. You know what I mean? Uh, I seen some of the best dudes succumb to the American prison system, to the American justice system. All look at now, right? We in the information age. We hear about everything. Look at all these dudes that were kingpins, so-called gangsters. Look at all this paperwork coming out. Look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff coming out. All these fake gangsters. You know what I mean? They might have been, violent, but they not, they actually were fake gangsters. You know what I mean? Look at all that stuff coming out. That system breaking people down, breaking dudes down. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you was in the streets, and maybe some of these dudes was already, you know, talking and cooperating before they went to prison. Sometimes these dudes was already, you just didn't know about it. You know what I mean? They might have already been on that time before they even got there. But a lot of dudes, some dudes weren't. They just got broken by the system, man. That's what that system is made for. That system, and sometimes it don't only break your spirit, it breaks your mind. You know what I mean? Everybody's not coming out of there like me. I done had people tell me that. Other brothers I've been in prison with, official dudes I've been in prison with, told me like, yo, bro, everybody's not as good as you. Some people that it really affects the mind worse, especially when you did a lot of time. And I'm not saying you got to do a lot of time, because you could do 3 or 4 years and it can change your life and mess you up for life. It's over. You know what I mean? You could do 3 or 4 years and that can, you know, be enough to you know, kill your mind, to, you know, to mentally break you. And I'm talking about as far as just being a coherent human being. I'm not talking about being tough or any of that. I'm just talking about being coherent. I had brothers that I started my bid with in prison that, you know, were talking just like me. And, you know, maybe 10 years, I see them 10 years later, and now they can't talk because they so medicated. They started using the you know, the facility medication, and it has these long term effects of using that medication. They incoherent. They can't look at you and tell who you are. You know, they don't even know. They docile. They put them in a docile state where you just like, you know, you just floating around, and you know, you like a zombie. You eating and you sleeping and you know, you doing this, but you're not even like a living, you're not like a living thinking human being no more. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need to stay out of prison, man. Because right, right, Chico, let them know. Therazine, Hound Dog, all this stuff, bro. You know, I seen the long term effects of that. Official dudes like me, you know, swag, everything, talking. Yo, what up, homie? Homies, I seen it. I seen it, bro. And I see them years later and go up to them and talk to them like, yo, it's me, bro. Yo, it's me. And they can't even talk, walk right by you. Like, I see dudes in the mess hall with their hands in the air, like, you know, they were official. And so, you know, that's like the long term effects of that. Some is just prison, but a lot of that is the drug use too. You know what I mean? Um, I seen a couple of dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? Our blood, you know, Tupac, um, and they in the now they in these, you know, these mental health wards. I seen both of them in a mental health ward in Comstock, and I was like, man, look at the homies. You know what I'm saying? I was here with and they was official dudes in the '90s. You know what I'm saying? But 2005, when I went to Comstock, I was with them in like 9, 8. Matter of fact, I was with IB in 2000 in Attica. I was with our blood in 2000 in Attica. He was coherent. He used to be with us, with the hood, with us, and everything. I seen him in 2005. He didn't even, he couldn't even talk. He walked right by me. He was like a zombie. And that was like 5 years difference. But he could have been using the medication before that. When he first came to prison, I think he was using that stuff on Rikers Island when he was on Rikers Island with us, and he used it all up. So he had about, you know, 9 or 10 years of continuous use of it's called psychotropic medications. And that was the long term effect of that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Which Valentine, yo, Master King, you talking about Valentine from the Bronx? Never, I never been to the feds at all. I never been a federal lockup, but I did all my time in the state of New York, state prison. I never been to the feds. I never had a fed case. But I know, you know, people that's coming back. A lot of people had fed cases that were coming back to the state. I heard a lot about it. It ain't too much difference. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too much difference. It's different, but not by. It's not too much. The feds is worse than the state though. Definitely, right? The feds is worse than the state. Definitely. You would definitely want to do your. You would definitely want to do your time in New York State prison as opposed to a federal lockup. I know that. I know that for a fact. You heard? Everybody like, yo, I gotta. They don't want to go over there. It's crazy. It's crazy, yo. It's worse. You know what I mean? The feds is worse, and that's why. Let me tell you something. That's why you graduate from the state to the feds. You're, if that wasn't the case, you know, when you become, you know, these kingpins, and you just, you know, you become this bigger criminal, they send you over there because it's worse. It's not better. You're, they got a place for you. They got a cage for you. You know what I'm saying? That, let me say, 23-1 on Puff. 23 and 23-1 almost broke me. I was a straight bug out from being in the Bing. I was a straight bug out. You know what I mean? I caught new charges. I caught multiple new charges. I didn't care about nothing when I was in solitary confinement on 23 and 1 on Rikers Island. When I first went to the box and started being it, because he's in solitary, 23 and 1 in solitary confinement. Yeah, he's in protective custody. He's not around nobody. He's on a 23 and 1 type of program. I don't know if they got him in a room where he has a TV and access to different things. I don't know how that was going to present itself, but that 23 and 1 is an animal. Um, and that was something I had to come back from and get my mental capacity back from doing so much time in solitary confinement. I did about 10 years in a box. Out of 25 years, I did 10 years in a box, but it wasn't straight. It was always broken up. I didn't. The most time I probably did in a box was 2 years. I did 2 years straight in a box, but I did 18 months like twice, 18 months twice. I did 2 years once, a year here, a year. Then I had a few 90s, a few 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, but that like that first the first like 14 months that I did totally had me on bug out time. You heard? I'm telling you, that first 14 months I did, I went in 1996 November, and I came out January 1998 on Rikers Island, straight bug out. I was a straight bug out, and a lot of that was due to me not being used to being in solitary confinement and have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And during that time, I actually joined the gang. So now, I got enemies. I got so I'm even worse than what I was because I'm not just the guy just doing his bid and doing his time. I'm down with this gang, and it's a lot going on. It's a major war going on, or a major war that was finishing up. Um, and I was straight bug out. You know what I'm saying? Um, straight bug out. During that time, I caught three new charges. I caught the north. I caught my fourth new charge in Sing Sing when I came up north in 1999. But I caught three new charges during that time. I caught two in solitary confinement, one in the Beacon in population, and one in Sing Sing in population. But all that was due to the solitary confinement time that I did, all the SHU, all the box time I did, primarily. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I didn't come in um, a problem child because I came into the system a problem child, but the not being able to talk to my family, not being able to use the phone, walk around, have to be in a cell, that exasperated that it made everything worse. It made my temperament worse. It made my it it made my communication skills worse. It gave me a worse chip on my shoulder. Um, you know, I hated I hated the COs. I was going through it with them on a regular. Um, I was getting busy with them a lot. Um, but it made I already communicated with violence coming into prison. That was how I was a criminal. I was living a criminal lifestyle. You know, I was already on gang time in the streets. And I communicated with violence. I had limited communication skills. I had no conflict resolution skills. Um, so basically, I was on street time. You know what I mean? You violate, you say something, then I'm getting with you. I'm getting at you. You know what I mean? However it was, it's gonna end in violence. Um, but like I said, that the Bing didn't help me at all. It definitely made me a lot worse. It made me a lot more aggravated. And then when you come out of there, let me tell you something. When you come out of solitary confinement after doing a long period of time, 2 years, being around human beings is just like you 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 always looking over your shoulder, um, paranoia. It's PTSD. I knew I was suffering from PTSD at that time when I didn't really knew. I mean, now looking back on it, being a wise and mature person that I am now, and the informed person that I am now, I understand what I was suffering from. I understand what I was suffering from at that time. You understand? But at the time, I was straight bug out mode, bug out time. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's right. Right, right. Yeah, it's crazy though, man. But yeah, man, I just wanted to tap in with y'all, man. I got a, I got a, I got a dinner to go to. I just wanted to tap in with y'all, give y'all some information. I told y'all I'm gonna be pulling up more. Um, but salute to y'all for tapping in. If you ain't hit the like button, hit it on the way out. Make sure y'all go and tap in with Call Outs TV. If y'all didn't see famous Richie, the famous Richie video, the famous Richard video, go to Call Outs TV and check it out. He did a good live. He had a good, it was an upload. He did a good video. Um, he has footage of the stuff that I talked about in the video. Um, but I appreciate all y'all for tapping in, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully y'all learned something. Hopefully y'all got some information that y'all can pass on to some of these kids, um, in dealing with the justice system, and they can make better choices than I did. You know what I mean? But salute to everybody in the building. Thank y'all for tapping in. Nicole Bella, I see you. Oh, that's Nicole B. I see you. Yep. But thank y'all for tapping in. I'll probably be back tomorrow. Y'all probably see me back tomorrow. I'll come through with something else. I got some more content for y'all. I got a bunch of stuff for y'all. I just ain't have the time. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna make the time. You know what I mean? Yo, Big Cat, salute to everybody. Thank y'all for tapping in. I appreciate y'all. Y'all already know what it is, man. Mr. Hood Love, man. Bad Mikey, man. Salute.